Welcome to Personal Excavation, and I just wanted to throw down my first astrology one just because there's something to give everybody some info on. So today, as of the 14th of June, we have Mercury planet, or the messenger, is going to Cazimi. It's like a minor inferior, where it just essentially crosses over the sun. And the only reason why that's really important is today, if you take the factor of Gemini and the sun that we're in currently, it's that youthful, playful that I was talking about in the last video, energy, and curiosity, key points there. But with Mercury being the messenger, basically works beside the sun, there could be some information that comes today that is quick, because Gemini is a faster energy, so things could get resolved, or you could get answers to things that maybe have been holding you up. I literally had that happen to me in the last hour as well. It was kind of a revelation. It's crazy. It's a long story. I had a dream and I almost thought that it was a possibility, but I didn't know for sure. And this morning I found out that my hunch was right, that the situation was a lot more intense than I thought, and that's why all the complications with everything. But taking that into effect, everybody's chart's different, of course, but like this is one that's happening currently as we speak. In the next, it happens about 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time where I'm at. So if you're on the East Coast, it'd be around 12:30, and the Pacific would be 9:30 in the morning. That this conjunction happens, or Cazimi as I call it, of Mercury crossing over the Sun in Gemini, and then it'll be making its way towards Venus. And Mercury's moving at about a little more than 2.5 degrees a day, so it's moving really fast. It's at its fastest point now. So pretty soon he'll be crossing Venus, which that should be probably tomorrow or so, if I remember correctly. But the other aspect that I wanted to bring up too was that you also have Jupiter at 4 degrees and Mars at 4 degrees today as well, and they're creating a semi-sextile. So it's a minor aspect, but it might feed off of the energy with the Sun and Mercury Cazimi, and that conjunction that's happening this morning. So like Mars is in Taurus, so Taurus is slower, much more methodical. It's a fixed energy, so it takes its time. It doesn't work at full speed. And then Jupiter is in Gemini, which it's not happy in Gemini because there's different signs or different planets that do good in or better in signs versus other signs. In Gemini, it's in detriment, so it's not in its best placement. But there might be some aspect with those two being at the same degree in that semi-sextile to maybe push things forward, or at least enlighten or expand the knowledge that we've been looking for, the answers, or whatever it may be. It might even just be a message that comes out of the blue, is a possibility today, knowing that energy's there. And the super exciting part, in I think 2 or 3, was the 28, 29, so about another 4 to 5 hours from now, we'll have the moon, which will hit about 2 degrees in Libra, because it will cross over to Libra today. So that will be a change in the emotion. So once again, in evolutionary astrology, the key point is the sun and the moon. Those are the most important factors. So the moon moving into a new sign changes the emotion, changes the energy, the feelings. So when it hits 2 degrees today, it will cause a trine to Pluto. Pluto, and so there will be this factor of first of all the emotion factor of it. So taking an effect of the Cazimi of Mercury and the Sun, you're going to have the moon moving into an air sign, which is where that trine is 120 degrees. So it basically accentuates, or it brings on better, more I guess you'd say happier emotions. So the emotions, the sun and the moon, are basically in harmony, is the key word that I'm looking for. So there'll be a harmonious point that'll be happening today. So maybe at that time when maybe the information that comes to you is good news, and maybe it's something that you've been looking forward to, or a change or something to that effect. So I just want to point those out today because they're worth noting. And as we go on in time and I start building on this, I just want you to pay attention to the signs out there that are that the cards can't always indicate, but they follow suit to it to some extent. The messages are kind of the same. Like today, it was the reverse Six of Wands and the Seven of Swords, and there's like dual meanings with the Seven of Swords card. A lot of people will read it and see it as deceit, and in this situation, when I saw it in reverse with the Six of Wands, it's like that's a victory card. So there could be that possibility that you like I said, it's about pushing forward is the key point, which makes sense with what's going on. And then maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've been stuck for so long and you just need to push forward to make that change, which causes the cascading effect of these planetary movements today specifically that open up maybe that message or that answer you've been looking for, or maybe a great idea. I didn't even think of that as another thing. So like if there's something that you've been wanting to, been doing over and you just kind of got stuck on, all of a sudden that idea pops in your head, write that stuff down, because that might be valuable information to use later on, whether it's related to a project or just a plan or something that you've been working on and you just kind of haven't had the full answer. I would definitely journal today and keep that information so that way you have something to reference back to, because I know me personally, when I have dreams or even ideas, I get distracted for 1 minute and it takes my attention somewhere else for too long. I have been known to forget things. So just make sure that you write that stuff down, because that's just as important too, because that could be the key point that helps you break through later on. So those are the 2 or 3 big things that I can think of right now. So I just want you to know that, that the energy is okay today. It's not a bad day. It's a little rough this early morning, but there's potential to have a really positive outcome today with what's going on in the movement of the planets, specifically as we speak throughout the day. So, and I've seen the impact. That's why I got on here and jumped on, because like I said, I wouldn't call it a revelation, but it's something that I thought was going on and it was through a dream, actually was reality, which was kind of strange. And part of it was due to a movie that I watched a few days back, which is even more crazy. So it was almost like a puzzle piece came together, and in my dream state, somehow I put it all together from a movie, which is really kind of weird in a certain aspect. There's many different things I've heard of before that you could affiliate that with, but nevertheless, it's something of note, because if I feel like I hit something like that, and I feel like I've been stuck for a long time as it is, my situation. So, and it was so minor. It's not a major thing, but it's a good detail to know now, and I understand what I'm dealing with. So it makes it a lot easier to comprehend, and it makes it a lot easier to understand, and it gives me a deeper perspective. Perspective is everything, because you can't actually see everything when the information is clouded or hazy. So that's why getting the information I did today, I thought, well, this is a good time to drop a video real quick and just see if anybody else has had the same. So anyways, I'll get off of here. I hope you have a good day. Hopefully that information or idea or plan or something that you've been maybe working on, just don't forget to journal it, write it down. Don't forget to subscribe and share or like at the bottom down there. It's all about building the channel right now. Like I said, it takes time to get this to the point where I could actually make something out of this and take it even deeper. But for now, you have a good day.